Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Joy. I volunteer in speaking on behalf of these kids on the street. And my work is it social work? That is what people call social work, but I don't know. But that is my work. I go and look for the kids on the street. I want to know their stories and all that. And from there we know how we can help that kid. So leo nilitaka kuzungumzia kuhusu wewe umeenda, si ndio? You've gone on the street, you're on the street and you meet a street kid. What really will you do to help this kid? Okay, we are not saying that you are going to help that kid, okay? But you as a person, you as a Kenyan, you as an individual who is in a good position to assist, there is a thing that you can take part and really help this kid. When you meet a street kid on the street, okay? Now guys, I wanted to share the tactics that you can use to make friendship with a street kid, okay? These kids on the street are so friendly. They are so friendly. They are loving. They like stories, okay? They are not bad people. They are just good kids. The only problem is they are on the street. The only difference is they are on the street and the other kids are at home, okay? But beside that, all these are the kids, okay? Now, this is what you can do if you meet a street kid on the... What really comes in your mind when you see a kid on the street? What really comes in your mind when you see a kid on the street? I know most of the people think that these kids on the street are stubborn. That is all. That is what people know. That these kids on the street are just stubborn kids. They are just stubborn kids. But when a kid comes, approaches you and begs that please buy for him a piece of mandazi or help him with 10 bob, what really comes in your mind? This is a kid. He is even 7 years. So is it 7 years or 10 years? Most of them, I like dealing with these small kids below the age of 15 or below the age of 18. Now, this is a kid below the age of 18. He is on the street. He is not in the hands of the parents. What really comes in your mind as a kid, as an individual? I know most of the people think these kids are just stubborn. Wamekataa kusikiza wazazi, wamekataa kusaidika na wako to street, right? That is what you think. And now when the kid approaches you anakwamba auntie nisaidie 10 bob. Help me with 10 bob, auntie, I want to buy mandazi. That is the no, okay? And you just take that 10 bob and you give that kid. And you think that you've helped that kid. You've really not helped that kid. Now, I would suggest that when you meet a kid, it's good that you spare some of your time, even if you're busy. You can just ask him some few questions, okay? This is the first thing you are supposed to do when you just come across any street kid. Any street kid. I mean, any kid who is not in the hands of the parents and he's just stomaching around in town, okay? Now, this is one of the things that you're supposed to do as a good person. One thing is you need to ask the kid that, what is your name? You need to ask, what is the name? And then, unatoka wapi? Where are you from? And then, why are you on the street? Mbona uko street? These kids, they're just friendly. They open up quickly. You'll see that that kid will tell you, niko street because of this or this. Okay? Niko street kwa sababu mamangu alienda. Okay? Now, as an individual, what are you supposed to do when you hear that? I think it's good that when you hear that, you now start following up with that kid. You've found out that the reason why this kid is in the street is because the parents wenda alienda. Hata kama uko busy utaachia hapo kwanza. So umeshajua mtoto jina, utaachia hapo, and then the following day ukipita tu tena kwa pilika zake ushamjua sasa dam. Okay, sasa dam. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is know this kid. Okay, now for example, let me illustrate. You're just busy walking in town. Okay, you're just busy walking in town, and then they usually come and beg, auntie nisaidie 10 bob, or nisaidie 10 bob madam. As a good person, what are you supposed to do? For sure you've seen this is a kid. He's not in the hands of the parents. First of all, he is a very small kid. He is a 13-year-old kid. He's a 13-year-old kid. He is supposed to be under the care of the parent, but he is not with the parents, just walking in town. What comes in your mind? The first thing, what you need to do, if you meet this kid, okay, don't just say, no, missina yo. Most of the people, this is what you do. Missina, sina. Okay? You are not supposed to do that way, please. Okay? You are not supposed to do that way. Hufai kufanya hivyo. Mtoto amekuomba 10 bob. Sina. You even don't want him to come where you are. You just want to, unaona ni kama atakupaka uchafu. Okay, no problem with that. Ni wachafu, yes. But what are we supposed to do now? The first thing is, please listen to this kid. Just take 5 minutes of your time. Even if you're in a hurry, it won't take time. It's just few questions and then you go. Okay? Now, until I did 10 bob, then you need to stand and say, oh, unataka 10 bob. Ufanye nini? Nitabai mandazi. Okay. So, niambie unaitwa nani? Naitwa fulani na fulani. Okay, unatoka wapi? Natoka fulani. Mbona uko street? Babangu alikufa, sina wazazi. Or rather, the other kid will tell you, wazazi wangu walidivorce, so mama alienda na mimi nikabaki peke yangu, sina mtu wa kutake care of me. You know, most of the people, they don't want even to know. Yani wanaonanga sasa hata huyu mtoto akiniambia hivyo nitamsaidia aje, akiniambia shida zake nitamsaidia aje. You can help that kid. You can really help that kid even if you are not the person who is going to take care of him. Okay? And that's why we have rescue centers. That's why we have children's offices. That's why we have police stations. That's why we have which one? Children's home. Yeah, okay? That's why we have these institutions. Okay? Now, ushajua kwa nini mtoto wako straight. Ushajua jina yake. Ushajua sababu inayomfanya akwe kwenye street. Don't argue with him. Okay, you just, for the first time you can just say, oh, pole. Lakini Dan, okay, or lakini fulani ningependa tukue marafiki. Then you can just, because of maybe you are busy, you can just stop from there. And then you give him the 10 bob, or if you don't have, you just say, sini yende alafu nikirudi Dan nikikupata ndakupea. But for now I don't have. They understand. They will never come in your bag and grab it. No, those kids will never do that. Those kids will never do. Unless if a kid does that, that's just there for that intention of grabbing other people's bags and stealing and snatching. But these street kids, they are one and hawako hivyo. Kama wako basi ni wachache, lakini si wote. And then, so you've known the kid anaitwa Dan. For example, I like using Dan because he is my boy, okay? He's my child. Pia mimi namshughulikia huyo. So, si umeshajua anaitwa Dan and anatoka this area, and then the reason why the kid is in the street. Now, you are going in mind knowing that kumbe mtoto ako street si kwa sababu yeye ni msumbufu, ni kwa sababu yeye amefiwa na wazazi. Usianze story mingi kwanza kama ulikuwa busy. Unless kama ulikuwa na time, you can just call this kid, mwende mkae mahali, jua utamuuliza hizo maswali zote kama mmesimama. Unaweza tu muita, mwende tu mkae mahali, and then you start asking other questions ati mbona relative wako, relative and all that. But come as long as umeshajua huyu mtoto yuko kwenye street, alafu susha utaenda. So that is the first day when you meet a street kid. Just know the name, know where he comes from, and know why he's in the street, okay? Now, you go. The second time, if you pass, because this is your town, okay? This is your town. You'll be passing oftenly. You'll be passing. So the second time you come and you pass and you see the same kid, please just focus on that kid first. And then, ukishamwona, just call him. Even if you don't have anything, just call him Dan. Mambo. Okay, leo pia uko? Yes. Now, sasa Dan, nilikuwa nauliza, na ungependa kusaidika aje? Ungependa kusaidika aje? Juu naweza ona kuna njia naweza kusaidia, lakini nafaa pia kujua ninaweza kusaidia aje, you know? So, huyu mtoto atasema, no kid will tell you mimi nataka tu nibaki hapa. No one. Hata kama tu kuna ule msumbufu tu, no one. Hata hakuna mwenye atakwambia mimi nataka tu nibaki hapa, sitaki kwenda mahali. Hakuna mwenye atakwambia hivyo. So, when this kid is ataona sasa mmeanza kuingiana, mmeanza kwa mabeshte, atakwambia si mimi nataka tu, hata unaona nini, niko street venye tu nilikwambia, juu labda wazazi wangu waliachana, mama akaenda. Mimi nilikuwa nataka kama ningepata tu mama yangu ningeenda mahali mamako. Tamuliza, na mbona si dad? Hapana. Dad? Hapana. Ama nataka tu kwenda kwa dad. Na ukimuliza mom, hapana. Just understand that way. Okay. Sawa. Kuna wale wenye wanasema wanangependa kurudishwa kwa wazazi wao, kuunganishwa na wazazi wao. Na kuna wale wengine wanasema mimi nataka tu hata nikipata children's home niende, nitasoma, nitarudi shule, and I'll do all that. That is one kid. Okay? And then kuna wengine, everyone, hata kuna lazima kila street kid akwe na sababu ya kwa street na anataka kusaidiwa aje. I am telling you. Kila mtoto aliyeko kwenye street ako na sababu inayofanya akwe street na anataka kusaidika aje, lakini hajapata usaidizi. Okay? And yes, I have kids who really want to go home. They really want to go home. But hajapata usaidizi bado, okay? Na niko sure huyu mtoto akaenda nyumbani atachange. So, ushajua sababu na ushajua jinsi mtoto anavyotaka asaidike. Ukienda tena the third time when you meet this kid, hi dad, sasa poa. Sasa nilikuwa nataka nikuulize, nimekuwa nikitafuta. So see, the second time you went and then you came and asked him anataka kusaidiwa aje. Ukienda utajua kwa street hana wazazi na angependa sana kwenda angependa sana kwenda children's home. And then when you go home, please just now start looking for the children's home and all that. Just try and look for even one. Sasa ziko mingi sana, ziko mingi, si wadanganyi, ziko mingi. Untu wale watoto wenye wanatii, wanaenda. Basi kuna wale tu stubborn. Okay? So guys, if you meet a street kid, usimpe tu pesa na umtoke. Do something. In short, do something. You can save the life of this kid forever and ever. Do something in the life of this kid. Do something even if it's small. Giving out 20 bob is not solving this kid's problem. Look for a permanent solution. If it's a rescue center, please look for it. And or rather, if you don't have any ideas of where the rescue centers are or the children's home, you can just go near the police station and then say, I have a kid that wanted to go in the rescue center. Okay? Huyo mtoto atapelekwa rescue center, hata ukimpeleka police station. Sasa uwezi tuenda alafu mchukue kuja tuende police station. You need to use a tactic. Mwambie, sasa nishapata children's home, but sasa juu nimeshapata children's home, unajua mimi siwezi tu kuchukua hapa Dan alafu tu nikupeleke children's home. Unajua hivyo, mimi nitafungwa the first thing na nitaambiwa nimeiba mtoto wa mwenyewe. Unajua hata kama uko hapa wewe ni mtoto wa mwenyewe, wewe si mtoto wangu. Na ikasemekana ya kwamba nimekuchukua tu na nimekupeleka children's home, of which the government hawana idea. Unaona? Inafaa kwa kila kitu tukifanya to involve government, okay? So, Dan, mimi nataka twende tuandikishe chini, tuseme mimi ni fulani na fulani, nimepata mtoto kwenye street na nampeleka hii children's home. Okay? Sawa Dan? Yes, of course haezi kataa juu kwa mind yake atajua tu unampeleka. So guys, kinasikia nimechoka, but I want to finish this video. Sasa umeshampeleka children's home. Sasa ukishampeleka children's or police station, kama hauna idea yote ya rescue centers and all that, ukishampeleka children's police station, wanajuanga what next. The next step is they look for a rescue center yenye watapeleka mtoto. So unaona utakuwa msaidia mtoto, na Mungu akisaidia tu mtoto a change, utakuwa umeparticipate a very big percentage in the life of this kid. So those are the 3 tactics of rescuing a kid from the street. First thing is when you meet him, just know the details. The second time, you can know the reason why he's in the street and how you can help him. The third thing is you can now start looking for the way of helping him out. So guys, bye and be blessed. I'm so sleepy.
Ni kwa neema tu